In the quiet morning streets of Kyoto, you can see something remarkable. Elderly men and women, many well into their 70s or 80s, walk to the market, sweep their doorsteps, or tend to their gardens with fluid, graceful motion. Their knees bend easily, their backs remain upright, and their steps appear effortless. This daily rhythm of gentle movement holds one of the deepest secrets behind why Japanese elders rarely suffer from joint pain after 60. Unlike many Western cultures that promote intense exercise followed by long hours of sitting, Japan's approach to movement is continuous and integrated into life. The concept of undo, meaning motion, isn't confined to gyms or formal workouts. It lives in every action, from bowing slightly to greet a neighbor to squatting to pick vegetables. The Japanese philosophy sees movement not as an occasional duty but as a natural state of being, something that keeps both body and spirit alive. This difference matters more than most realize. Prolonged sitting shortens the hip flexors, stiffens the knees, and weakens the lower back. In contrast, the Japanese lifestyle demands frequent transitions, standing up, sitting down, walking short distances many times a day. Science supports this rhythm. Studies show that light, regular motion enhances synovial fluid production, nourishing cartilage and keeping joints lubricated. Each small movement acts as a micromassage, improving blood flow and flexibility without overloading the joints. In rural areas, elders still practice radio taiso, a brief set of calisthenics broadcast nationally since the 1920s. It lasts only 3 minutes, yet its daily repetition builds resilience. The movements are slow and rhythmic, designed to wake the joints gently and maintain coordination. These collective routines create both community and accountability, two invisible ingredients that motivate consistency long after youth fades. By contrast, in many Western countries, older adults often view exercise as optional or intimidating. Gyms can feel alien, and pain or fatigue discourages participation. But in Japan, movement is cultural, woven into etiquette and architecture. Homes with low tables and floor cushions require bending and rising. Neighborhood errands replace long car trips. Without realizing it, people perform dozens of squats each day. Over decades, these habits act as natural physiotherapy. The emotional connection to motion also matters. In Japanese tradition, the body is seen as a reflection of balance and respect for nature. Movement isn't about competition, it's about harmony. This calm mindset lowers stress hormones like cortisol, which can contribute to inflammation and joint pain. Thus, motion becomes both physical and mental medicine. The lesson is clear. It's not necessary to lift heavy weights or run marathons to protect your joints. What truly preserves mobility is frequency and gentleness, moving often, resting lightly, and never allowing stiffness to settle in. The Japanese have mastered this art of subtle motion, proving that longevity of movement begins with simplicity. And this philosophy extends beyond movement itself. The next foundation of joint longevity lies deep within what they eat, the quiet power of nutrition that supports these flexible bodies from within. When it comes to joint longevity, movement is only half the secret. The other half is found in the Japanese kitchen, a quiet but powerful ally against inflammation and degeneration. In Japan, food is not just nourishment, it is medicine, philosophy, and gratitude expressed through simplicity. This deep respect for what enters the body plays a central role in why Japanese elders maintain supple joints well into old age. At the heart of their diet lies balance. Traditional Japanese meals combine rice, vegetables, fish, and fermented foods in modest portions. Rather than eating until full, many follow the principle of harahachibu, to stop eating when about 80% satisfied. This practice not only supports longevity by preventing obesity, but also reduces the strain that excess weight places on joints. Each meal is an act of mindfulness that protects the knees and hips from the silent wear of overnutrition. One of the key defenders of joint health in this diet is fish, especially those rich in omega-3 fatty acids like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. These healthy fats reduce inflammation in joint tissues, counteracting the swelling and stiffness that come with arthritis. Seaweed, another common ingredient, offers minerals like magnesium and iodine that support bone density and muscle function. Together, these foods form a nutrient symphony that keeps the musculoskeletal system strong yet flexible. Equally vital are fermented foods, miso, natto, and tsukemono pickles, which are staples in daily meals. Fermentation produces beneficial bacteria that improve gut health, indirectly reducing systemic inflammation. Modern research has confirmed this link. A balanced gut microbiome helps regulate immune responses that can otherwise attack joint tissue. Japanese elders may not speak of probiotics in scientific terms, yet their culinary traditions have embodied this wisdom for centuries. Another quiet protector is green tea. Beyond being a cultural ritual, it contains polyphenols that act as powerful antioxidants. These compounds neutralize free radicals that damage cartilage and connective tissue. Sipping tea throughout the day keeps the body hydrated and the joints bathed in the fluids they need to move smoothly. In contrast, the growing influence of Western fast food in Japan has shown the opposite effect. Younger generations consuming processed oils, sugary drinks, and refined carbohydrates are beginning to face the same joint problems once rare among their grandparents. It is a living reminder that health is built daily, meal by meal, through choices rooted in respect for the body. For those outside Japan, the lesson is simple yet transformative. Eat closer to nature. Incorporate more fish, sea vegetables, and fermented foods. Replace soda with green tea, processed snacks with steamed vegetables. What appears as a culinary tradition is in fact a form of medicine disguised as a meal. This thoughtful relationship with food nourishes the body from within, preparing it for the next secret in Japan's longevity puzzle, the hidden art of posture and daily stillness that keeps joints open and aligned even as the years advance. If movement and food form the outer pillars of Japanese joint health, posture is its invisible foundation. In Japan, how one sits, stands, and rests is not just habit, it is culture. The simple act of lowering oneself to the floor and rising again countless times a day builds strength and mobility in ways most people never notice. This quiet ritual of posture is one of the most underestimated reasons why Japanese elders move with ease long after 60. Traditional Japanese homes are designed around the floor. People sit on tatami mats, sleep on futons, and eat at low tables. Chairs are a relatively modern addition, and for many elders, optional. This close relationship with the ground keeps their hips, knees, and ankles constantly engaged. Each movement from standing to sitting becomes a natural form of flexibility training, ensuring that joints retain their range of motion through daily repetition rather than formal exercise. Consider the position called seiza, where one kneels with legs folded beneath the body. Though it may appear uncomfortable to outsiders, this posture encourages upright spine alignment and evenly distributes body weight. Over time, maintaining seiza strengthens stabilizing muscles around the knees and hips, while also promoting mindful breathing and balance. Even for those who cannot sit this way for long, attempting modified floor positions can help restore flexibility lost to decades of chair sitting. Modern science supports this ancient practice. Studies on joint mobility have shown that cultures that spend more time on the floor maintain better squat depth, ankle dorsiflexion, and core stability. Sitting in chairs shortens the hip flexors and weakens glutes, creating a cascade of imbalance that leads to back and knee pain. The floor, by contrast, keeps the body honest. It demands engagement and alignment, not passive rest. In Japan, posture is also a matter of grace. Children are taught from an early age to move deliberately, bowing, walking lightly, and keeping the spine tall. This ingrained awareness prevents the slouching and stiffness common in societies where screens and sofas dominate daily life. A straight posture not only supports the spine, but also improves breathing and circulation, both essential for nourishing joint tissues. Yet, adopting these habits does not mean one must abandon modern comfort. It means introducing moments of mindful sitting and movement throughout the day. Sitting cross-legged on a firm surface, using floor cushions, or simply spending a few minutes each morning stretching on the floor can awaken dormant muscles. The body, even after years of rigidity, remembers its natural design when gently reminded. In essence, posture in Japan is not about perfection, it's about presence, Every bow, every seated meal, every deliberate rise from the ground is a reminder of harmony between the body and gravity. This quiet discipline preserves the joints as much as it refines the spirit. And while posture keeps the structure strong, another layer of Japanese wisdom works from within, their timeless use of herbs and natural remedies to soothe, restore, and protect the body's most delicate joints. Long before modern medicine named inflammation or arthritis, Japan had already cultivated a natural approach to joint care rooted in observation, plants, and patience. This system, known as Kampo, evolved from ancient Chinese medicine but adapted to Japan's unique climate, diet, and sensibility. It reflects a philosophy where healing is gentle and cumulative, where nature's rhythm aligns with the body's own. For Japanese elders, these traditional remedies are not alternatives to medicine. They are companions that maintain balance and prevent decline. Kampo emphasizes harmony between organs, circulation, and energy flow. When it comes to joint health, practitioners focus on improving blood movement and reducing internal cold, a concept that refers to sluggish circulation and stiffness. Herbs such as ginger, shoga, turmeric, and cinnamon bark are commonly used to warm the body and reduce pain. Modern science now validates these effects. Compounds like curcumin and gingerol exhibit strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, comparable in some studies to mild non-steroidal drugs, without the side effects. One well-known Kampo blend, Keishibu Kuryogun, combines 5 herbs and is prescribed to improve circulation and relieve stiffness. Another, Bushimatsu, derived from processed aconite, is used cautiously under medical supervision for chronic cold joints. These formulations have been refined over centuries and are still integrated into modern hospitals across Japan, often prescribed alongside conventional medications. This harmony between old and new medicine allows Japanese elders to enjoy the benefits of both science and tradition. Outside of Kampo, Japanese culture embraces everyday natural therapies that keep the body supple. Warm compresses with ginger or rice bran are common in homes, providing gentle heat that eases pain and encourages blood flow. Some elders use mugwort leaves in bath sachets, a folk practice believed to soothe muscles and purify the skin. These rituals are more than remedies. They are acts of mindfulness, reminders to care for one's body before discomfort turns into disease. However, Japanese wisdom also warns of moderation. Not all natural remedies are harmless, and self-treatment without guidance can cause harm, especially when mixed with modern drugs. The secret lies not in the herb itself, but in balance, the precise match between body condition, dosage, and timing. This philosophy reflects a broader truth about longevity. Consistency matters more than intensity. In this integration of tradition and science, we find a deeper principle. Health is not about reacting to pain, but about sustaining harmony. By treating small stiffness early, by warming instead of numbing, by listening instead of ignoring, the Japanese preserve vitality well into advanced age. And yet, even beyond herbs and medicine, another ancient custom continues to nurture their joints daily. It is not found in bottles or pills, but in water, through the age-old ritual of bathing and the healing power of the natural hot springs that dot Japan's volcanic landscape. Across Japan's mountainous regions, wisps of steam rise from the earth, carrying the scent of minerals and warmth. These are the onsen, natural hot springs that have soothed weary bodies for centuries. For Japanese elders, they are far more than places of relaxation. The practice of soaking in mineral-rich waters has become a cornerstone of joint health, circulation, and emotional renewal. To understand why Japanese seniors move with such fluidity, one must step into the midst of these ancient baths. The healing art of bathing, or ofuro, begins not with luxury, but with respect. In Japanese homes, bathing is a daily ritual of cleansing both body and spirit. The water, kept around 40 degrees Celsius, relaxes muscles, improves blood flow, and reduces tension around the joints. Warmth encourages the dilation of blood vessels, delivering oxygen and nutrients to cartilage while helping to remove waste from tissues. This gentle process acts as a natural anti-inflammatory treatment, easing stiffness accumulated through daily life. When elders visit onsen resorts, the benefits deepen. Japan's volcanic geology enriches these springs with minerals like sulfur, magnesium, and calcium, all vital for bone and joint repair. Sulfur, in particular, has been shown to aid in collagen synthesis and reduce arthritic pain. Modern studies now confirm what the Japanese have long practiced. Hydrotherapy improves range of motion, decreases muscle soreness, and promotes better sleep, all essential for healthy aging. Yet the value of onsen culture extends beyond chemistry. Bathing is performed in silence, often outdoors, surrounded by trees, snow, or mountains. This setting invites calm breathing and mindfulness. The act of immersing in hot water after a thorough wash becomes a meditation, a slowing of time that quiets both the body and the mind. Stress hormones drop, and with them, the inflammation that silently erodes joints. However, like every part of Japanese wisdom, moderation is key. Overheating or sudden immersion can strain the heart, especially for those with circulatory issues. Elders often follow a rhythm of alternating warm and cool exposure, an approach known as contrast bathing. This gentle switching stimulates the vascular system without shock, keeping the body resilient. It is a ritual that mirrors life itself, movement between heat and calm, effort and rest. For those far from Japan, the essence of onsen can still be embraced. A warm bath with Epsom salts or a compress applied to sore joints offers similar comfort. Even placing one's feet in hot water for 10 minutes can relax the body profoundly. The key lies not in replicating the place, but in honoring the intention, regular warmth, mindful rest, and gratitude for what the body can still do. As the warmth fades and the muscles soften, another element of longevity emerges. It is not something poured or applied, but cultivated within. The mental discipline and calm awareness that allow the Japanese to carry peace, and with it, joint health, wherever they go. In Japan, the pursuit of health is not limited to the physical body. True vitality is seen as the balance between body, mind, and spirit. Nowhere is this more evident than in the Japanese approach to mindfulness, a quiet awareness that flows through daily life and directly influences joint health. While Western medicine often separates emotional well-being from physical conditions, the Japanese understand that stress, tension, and inflammation are deeply intertwined. When the mind is tense, the body follows. Stress triggers the release of cortisol, a hormone that in excess can weaken cartilage, slow tissue repair, and increase inflammation. Chronic anxiety stiffens muscles and alters posture, subtly straining the joints over time. The Japanese have long countered this invisible threat with simple but powerful practices rooted in stillness. Techniques like zazen, seated meditation, shinrin-yoku, forest bathing, and slow intentional breathing are woven naturally into their routines, not as therapy, but as life itself. In a Zen temple, an elder sitting in silence is not escaping the world. They are aligning with it. Breathing deeply, shoulders relaxed, spine upright, the position itself is an act of healing. This posture promotes blood flow to the spine and joints, calms the nervous system, and lowers inflammation markers. Science now supports these effects. Regular meditation has been shown to reduce joint pain intensity, improve sleep, and lower inflammatory cytokines that contribute to arthritis. Mindful motion also extends to daily activities. Japanese elders often practice Tai Chi-like movements, gentle stretching or slow walks through gardens, focusing on rhythm and balance rather than speed. This awareness prevents abrupt motions that could harm aging joints. The key lies in listening, the body's subtle messages of fatigue, tightness, or ease. Instead of ignoring discomfort, they adjust movement, pace, or posture in response. Over time, this dialogue between body and mind preserves mobility far better than any aggressive exercise program. Even ordinary routines reflect this awareness. Preparing tea, sweeping the floor, or tending a bonsai tree are performed with deliberate grace. Each gesture carries attention, preventing tension from building unnoticed. This mindfulness transforms chores into therapy, keeping the mind centered and the body supple. It is not about perfection, it is about presence. Western lifestyles, by contrast, often reward constant motion and mental noise. This unending stress cycle silently corrodes both mind and joints. The Japanese remind us that stillness is not laziness, it is medicine. Resting the mind allows the body to repair itself, just as quiet water clears when undisturbed. Mindfulness, then, is more than a mental exercise, it is a joint-saving practice. By reducing stress, improving breathing, and restoring balance, it offers an invisible cushion that protects the body from within. And as the mind becomes calmer and movement more fluid, another connection emerges, one that begins from the ground itself, where every step, every touch of the earth, supports the graceful endurance of Japanese elders. Every journey toward longevity begins with a single step, and in Japan, that step is often taken with great awareness. The Japanese relationship with the ground, the way they walk, stand, and choose their footwear, is another quiet reason their joints age so gracefully. While the rest of the world often seeks cushioning and comfort, Japan embraces connection and alignment. The way the foot meets the earth determines how the entire body moves above it, from ankle to spine. Traditional Japanese footwear, such as zori sandals or geta clogs, might appear simple, even austere. Yet their design encourages natural posture and balanced gait. With minimal padding and open toes, these shoes train the wearer to engage the small stabilizing muscles in the feet and ankles. Each step becomes a small exercise in equilibrium, teaching the body to move efficiently. Over decades, this subtle training strengthens the kinetic chain, reducing strain on knees and hips. Walking barefoot or in thin-soled slippers indoors, a custom deeply ingrained in Japanese households, also contributes to joint health. It allows the foot to flex naturally and maintain its arch, preventing the collapse that often leads to misalignment higher up the body. Research has shown that spending time barefoot improves proprioception, the body's awareness of its position in space, which is essential for balance and fall prevention, especially in older adults. In contrast, modern Western shoes often overprotect the feet, leading to muscle weakness and poor mechanics. Thick soles and narrow designs restrict motion, forcing the knees and hips to compensate. The result is a gradual loss of mobility and stability. Japanese elders, by continuing to engage their feet actively, maintain not just strength but also the graceful coordination that defines their movement. The ground itself plays a role. Many paths in Japan are uneven, stone, gravel, or earth, offering natural variability that strengthens the lower body. Elders who walk these paths daily develop agility and adaptability, while their Western counterparts, accustomed to smooth pavements and elevators, lose these micro skills over time. Every uneven surface becomes a lesson in resilience. But the Japanese do not push the body beyond its limits. When discomfort appears, they respond intuitively, stretching the toes, soaking the feet in warm water, or practicing light ankle rotations before bed. These rituals, though small, maintain circulation and joint lubrication. They treat the feet not as distant tools, but as the foundation of life's movement. This grounded philosophy carries a deeper meaning. To walk connected to the earth is to walk with humility, to feel each step as a reminder of balance and presence. It is a daily meditation that begins from the soles and extends to the heart. And as the feet carry the body through each day, they eventually guide it to another vital element of health: rest. In Japan, the rhythm of sleep and recovery is considered sacred, for it is during these quiet hours that joints truly heal and life's energy is restored. As the sun sets behind Japan's mountains, a different kind of healing begins, one that requires no movement, no effort, only surrender. Sleep and rest hold a sacred place in Japanese life, seen not as indulgence, but as essential renewal. Elders who appear tireless during the day understand that their strength is built in the quiet hours of the night. In Japan, rest is not simply the absence of activity. It is an art form, carefully aligned with nature's rhythm to preserve both body and mind. Traditional Japanese wisdom views the day as a cycle of energy and recovery. The principle of wei, or harmony, extends to sleep, rising with the sun, winding down as darkness settles. Many elders maintain early bedtimes and consistent routines, allowing their bodies to follow circadian rhythms naturally. Science supports this ancient intuition. Melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep, also plays a role in reducing inflammation and protecting joint tissue. Regular sleep patterns, therefore, are quiet guardians of flexibility and pain-free movement. The physical environment of rest also contributes to joint health. Japanese futons placed directly on firm tatami mats provide gentle support without excessive cushioning. Unlike soft Western mattresses that allow the spine to sag, this arrangement encourages natural alignment of the back, hips, and knees. Sleeping closer to the ground also requires subtle squatting and stretching motions when lying down and getting up, small daily movements that maintain mobility. Another custom, the afternoon rest or short nap known as inamyuri, translates to being present while asleep. It reflects an acceptance of rest as part of productivity, not its opposite. A brief nap, 10 to 20 minutes, refreshes the mind, restores circulation, and reduces cortisol levels, indirectly protecting the joints from the wear of chronic stress. Japanese culture's lack of guilt around rest is itself therapeutic. It acknowledges that recovery is a form of discipline. Yet modern life, even in Japan, challenges these traditions. Artificial light, screens, and irregular schedules can disturb sleep, leading to higher inflammation and fatigue. Elders counter this by maintaining rituals that signal rest to the body: evening baths, herbal teas, or quiet reflection. Such routines activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's natural repair mode, allowing tissues to regenerate more effectively during deep sleep. For those seeking to emulate this wisdom, the lessons are simple but profound. Honor your sleep as you would your exercise or diet. Go to bed and wake up at consistent times. Keep your room cool, dark, and quiet. Let evening be a time of slowing down rather than stimulation. In Japan, the act of rest is not separate from movement. It is its mirror. Each prepares the other in a continuous dance of renewal. And from this nightly recovery springs the energy to engage again with life, especially with others. For the next secret of Japanese vitality lies not in solitude, but in the power of community and shared purpose that keeps both body and spirit alive. In the gentle rhythm of Japanese life, no elder walks the path of health alone. Community is both medicine and motivation, a social fabric that binds generations together through shared activity and purpose. This collective spirit is one of the most underestimated reasons Japanese seniors maintain mobility and joy well into their later years. While medicine and exercise sustain the body, connection sustains the will to keep moving. Across Japan, community movement is part of daily routine. In small towns, elders gather at dawn for Ragio Taiso, the radio calisthenics broadcast that has united the nation for nearly a century. The exercises are simple: arm circles, gentle bends, light squats, but the effect is profound. Moving together creates accountability, laughter, and emotional warmth. Studies show that social exercise lowers stress hormones, boosts endorphins, and significantly reduces the perception of pain. In Japan, health is not a solitary goal. It is a shared rhythm. Beyond group exercise, many older adults stay active through purposeful work. Tending gardens, sweeping temple grounds, and maintaining neighborhood cleanliness are seen not as chores, but as acts of contribution. This sense of usefulness gives physical effort meaning. Unlike gym workouts driven by aesthetics or competition, these activities connect movement to belonging, a subtle but powerful form of emotional nourishment that keeps the spirit agile alongside the body. In Okinawa, home to some of the world's longest living people, this philosophy takes shape in the concept of moai, a lifelong social circle of mutual support. Members of a moai share meals, check on each other's health, and celebrate life's milestones together. For elders, this structure provides not only companionship, but also encouragement to stay active and engaged. Isolation, which silently erodes physical and mental well-being in many societies, is rare in these communities. Science echoes what Japanese culture has long known. Loneliness increases inflammation, weakens immunity, and accelerates joint degeneration. Community, in contrast, reduces these effects by stimulating oxytocin, the connection hormone that promotes healing and resilience. Simply walking or stretching beside others can transform a routine into a joyful ritual, reinforcing consistency and optimism. Even in cities like Tokyo, where life is fast-paced, elderly groups gather in parks for morning walks or Tai Chi sessions. Some volunteer in schools, teaching crafts or local history, turning movement into mentorship. These gestures, small yet meaningful, ensure that aging remains active, not passive. They keep elders physically strong, mentally alert, and emotionally fulfilled. For those outside Japan, the lesson is timeless. Healing multiplies when shared. Finding a friend to walk with, joining a senior yoga group, or simply connecting over a healthy meal can replicate the same power of community seen across Japan. The body thrives when the heart feels it belongs. And within that shared rhythm of motion and meaning, one final secret remains: the mindset that ties all others together. A quiet discipline of prevention, awareness, and daily self-care that allows Japanese elders to move through life not just pain-free, but with graceful intention. In Japan, longevity is not a mystery, it is a mindset. The elders who move fluidly through their 70s and 80s share one profound habit. They listen. They listen to their bodies, to nature's rhythms, and to the quiet wisdom of moderation. This awareness is what allows them to prevent pain before it begins. The Japanese way of aging well is not driven by miracle cures or drastic routines, but by small, consistent corrections made every day. For many elders, the body is a lifelong conversation partner. A twinge in the knee or stiffness in the back is not ignored or fought against, it is observed. They adjust posture, change sitting positions, or take a gentle walk instead of resting idly. This sensitivity forms the foundation of their preventive mindset, responding early rather than waiting for problems to grow. Western medicine calls this early intervention. Japanese culture calls it common sense. Morning rituals often include light stretches, breathing, or a slow walk to the local shrine. These moments are not exercises in the conventional sense, but daily check-ins, a way to sense balance, flexibility, and comfort. By noticing the smallest changes, elders detect when a joint needs care, when fatigue asks for rest, or when the spirit requires calm. It is this attention to subtlety that keeps small stiffness from turning into chronic pain. This approach reflects a deeper philosophy known as Kaizen, continuous gentle improvement. The Japanese apply it to work, craft, and life itself. When it comes to health, Kaizen means refining one's habits a little each day, eating more thoughtfully, moving more mindfully, resting more fully. The result is quiet progress that, over decades, protects the joints, bones, and mind with remarkable efficiency. Science supports this approach. Regular, low-intensity activity reduces inflammation and stimulates joint lubrication. Early attention to posture prevents structural strain. Consistent sleep balances hormones that regulate tissue repair. None of these actions are dramatic, yet together, they form a strong web of resilience. Japanese elders embody this web naturally, not through ambition, but through patience. There is also humility in their prevention. They accept that aging is not something to defeat, but to understand. Pain is not an enemy, but a signal. The goal is not eternal youth, but graceful function, the ability to keep walking to the market, tending to the garden, and greeting neighbors without fear of frailty. This quiet dignity defines their relationship with the body. For anyone seeking to follow their example, the path is simple. Move every day, eat cleanly, rest deeply, and listen closely. Replace extremes with balance and reaction with awareness. In Japan, health is not a battle, it is a dialogue. And through this lifelong conversation of movement, nourishment, posture, stillness, grounding, rest, community, and prevention, Japanese elders show the world that aging can be not just pain-free, but profoundly beautiful.